Well, ladies and gentlemen, it now comes to me just to make some closing remarks on the point of chairing. I thank you all before, and I thank you again for the support I've had from the audience, from the speakers, and from the project team. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here, and I really, really appreciate the engagement that you've given and helped us in developing the thinking that lies behind the services we've seen. From my point of view as a practical mariner, and from thinking about user perspective in complex sea spaces like the North Sea, I do nothing but endorse the logic that lies behind many of these services. Nobody in the project team would say that they're perfect. Nobody would say that they've all got to be used. Nobody would say that they're going to be imposed upon the mariner. But what I think is happening, and I would argue perhaps didn't happen in the same way in the early days of the development of digital navigation, is that some clever people have got their heads together, they've got themselves some funding, and they've done some trialing and some testing and some development, and they've engaged users in that thinking. And that process has gone on throughout the projects. I also applaud very much the way they are looking to the region as a whole and linking with other projects like Mona Lisa and all the other concepts that we've heard about over the last couple of days. And I think that the North Sea is a fantastic test bed. We've all seen the presentations and we all have an understanding of just how complicated it has become. And so what a cracking part of the world to test with like-minded nations and institutions different methods of providing better services for mariners. So it's a very exciting time. What I hope will happen over the course of the next year is that a lot of thinking will go into follow-on projects. Alwyn mentioned Sons of ACCSEAS, and I think that makes absolute sense. And I would hope that we'll see it being tested more and more at sea and getting that practical user feedback. There will be those out there that will see this as a threat to the mariner's lifestyle as we know it. I don't think that's the case at all. I think it leads to more exciting opportunities, better ways of doing business, and actually an opportunity to use the fantastic services that are provided by mariners in a far, far better way towards the common international economic good. I can only see good coming out of this. And as we talked yesterday, I think we're going to see the stakeholder base, the interest groups, the people, the user base behind some of these technologies. I think we're going to see that broaden dramatically. In just the same way as you can track your book from Amazon, leaving the warehouse and coming to you, we'll be getting to the stage where we are asset tracking at sea. And some of these nirvanas where you'll be able to track not only containers, but what are inside containers, that will happen. It's not a question of if, it's just a question of when. And these technologies are the sorts of technologies and ideas that will help that sort of thing be achieved. So I would just like to thank the project team, Alwyn, your leadership of it, and everybody here for what I feel has been a very